creativity, insight. Got a YouTube channel where he's shining so bright. MTG the show that takes flight. He's a lyrical beast, spitting fire with every bite. Rap metal flow, pounding beats to insight. No one can stop him, he's on a meteoric height. Super fast tortoise, the champion of the fight. Mix it up. Good morning, welcome to the coffee show. With the flow in the shells. Hit that bell, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Sunrise, wake up, feel the noise. Sip that joy, espresso, enjoys. Feel the buzz with the boys in the zone, we rejoice. Good morning, caffeine rising, everybody smiling. You know it's the life, we're waking up so rightful. With the cup so mighty, daily and nightly. Mix it up, stirring.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning coffee show in the show with the man of Crypt and moving full. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We even got a hot topic today inspired by Crypt Keeper and Google and searching and
a healthy mixture.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, it's gonna be fun. Whew. Hope you guys got your coffee. Got my coffee right here, or your libation of choice.
I got me some water.
Got a vape.
Vape, boom, boom. Oh, so welcome to the show. Welcome to everybody. There's a lot to kind of sink in, but so I know one of you's been up for 6 hours. I've been up for like an hour and a half. How you guys doing today? How you doing this morning?
I am doing great. So I work for the post office, and we're finally settling down from all that Prime Day BS that happened last week.
Right.
I worked 4 12-hour days in a row, and I finally have a day off, so I'm doing great.
Yeah, doing great. Got the energy. Looking full. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. What kind of trouble are you up to today?
I'm probably going to be playing some more of my game, trying to win some more card rewards, in Forge.
Oh, yeah? Get some Forge going on? That's awesome. Get some Forge. Win. That's all you want to do is win. There's nothing to it. All you have to do is win, right? You shouldn't lose because all you do is win.
All I do is win.
Oh, man. So, all joking aside and all fun. It's raining outside today here. I hope your weather's good. Let's say hello to some people in chat really quick. Mrs. Hillbilly. Whoa. Welcome. I know you're stretched between watching me and Mr. Hillbilly. There's Moving Full's here. You got Kane Chicker, James Wells. What's up, morning people? Good morning.
You have too much energy. I've been up for 6 hours, and I still don't have that much energy.
Trust me, I take naps after every show.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, Shaker, what's up? Backwoods Collector, yo. Look at you growing those trees. Backwoods Collector in the house. Whoop. And yes, that's right, Megaful. You remember the command. Win. All I do is win. That's right. We had a good dinner last night. We didn't order anything out. We're too broke for that at the moment, but so there's a story where my wife got free groceries from Walmart one day, right? You're like, free groceries? Like, how does that happen? Well, my wife pays for the service. That's a yearly service from Walmart where you can get free delivery on your items that you order online, like groceries. And so, since she's been out of the hospital, she's been ordering groceries every week or every other week, varying when she can. She made a small order one day, and we ended up getting two orders, our order and someone else's order, right? And well, she called Walmart, tried returning the order, but apparently Walmart can't really take back the orders because the food was already in our house, and germs, whatever, anything could happen. And so, long story short, because there was a couple calls and stuff in there, because she tried returning the groceries, we ended up getting some free groceries. Well, one of the things that we ended up getting for free was these sausages. They're not sausage links, but they're like a round sausage. It looks like a horseshoe.
Sausage.
Yeah.
Well, I would say a sausage patty, but
Yeah. Then and so last night we had that. We had some cream corn, and we had some asparagus that came in that order, and it was such a delicious meal. Delicious. And well, we had baked potatoes too with that. We had sausage, asparagus, baked potatoes with butter and cream corn on it. So good. If anybody's not hungry yet, I'm not doing my job right. Okay. you're supposed to be like, I'm hungry for breakfast. I've been up for 6 hours.
I've already eaten twice.
I've only eaten once, but I'm starting to get hungry again. Thanks.
Good.
I ate right before we recorded, so I'm sorry, SFD.
That's good. That's good. So today is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Yeah. The neighborhood, you got little Muppets going around. Well, actually, the Muppets streaming early access right now.
I was like, we are really mixing IPs here now.
well, come on. This is Universes Beyond.
Got me there.
Yeah. I still can't wait for Final Fantasy to come out, but that's next year.
Right, Final Fantasy.
Another one I'm waiting for next year is Lorwyn, but I'll be at the tail end of next year.
Yep. Oh man, so it's good. It's good. But seriously, thinking of food, one thing that's kind of driving me crazy lately is I missed the last Pro Tour. Like they're streaming it on YouTube now, and I missed it. And I haven't gone back to watch it because I haven't really been able to find the time lately to go back and watch it because the wife is still healing and all that jazz. Still trying to get in the regiment of things, trying to get back into things. When things here at home get regular, then I'll be able to start watching more YouTube content again. So I can't wait to do that because like the Pro Tour is one thing I support the most when I can when it comes to viewing stuff and whatnot because I love to see what the pro players are doing. I love to see the strategies they're playing. I like to see the way the decks are built, and I like seeing the cheaters get caught on camera.
Yeah.
Oh god, that happened.
There's
3 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's this one Twitch channel that I watch that just streams the pro tours, all the ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have recordings of it.
Right. And the quality of the Pro Tour streams are epic. I mean, they're professionally on point nowadays.
Yeah.
And the only thing you don't get is like NASCAR kind of craziness. And they're like, he won. Or when someone makes a soccer goal, they're like, go. You don't get all that kind of craziness like I'd like sometimes. The showmanship's there, but the over exuberance of energy is not there all the time.
Yeah.
I like over the top energy sometimes. Like, remember that one time? I don't know if Matacrypt remembers this. When Lightning Helix won the Pro Tour and they ripped off the deck, and one of the commentators was like, "Oh my God, it's a Lightning Helix!"
South Park went on to parody that.
Yeah, it's so good. But it shows how nerdy we are when we get excited over when someone rips like a piece of cardboard off the top of their deck, and someone's excited because they already understand what's going on and how it's going to affect the game.
My favorite thing about card games and fighting games in general is the comeback.
Yeah,
you always love a good comeback.
Oh yeah, the comeback
when someone's losing really bad. Had that happen to me in Arena. The reason I got a good comeback is because I picked up a board wipe.
Board wipe, boom, boom, boom. We love board wipes. And with that, my friends, we've reached the first pinnacle.
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright.
Whoa, we made it to the first bumper, everybody. Look at that.
First
Ring
bumper.
a couple minutes later than I normally would. But I don't know. I had to talk about food or something. But being on topic and on brand, I think we are hitting a good point to the point where we can get to the first segment of the day. And
Is that the card of the day?
It is the card of the day. How'd you know?
I just don't know.
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
Woo-hoo! All right, so this card, Muldroth of the Gravetide, is a card of the day because, well, it was on topic because it was actually in its standard time was a Pro Tour card, and I was playing this deck and I didn't realize how pro it was.
Too.
You know, I didn't realize how pro it was until like I built the deck and I was winning lots of games, but I didn't realize people were playing at the Pro Tour until I watched the Pro Tour. That was so crazy. Well, kind of. It was a rough time. But on Arena, people were playing this deck like crazy, and it was overwhelming.
That was the early days of Arena too. God,
This is before my time too.
Before your time.
Another
All right.
card. I think I was came in Strixhaven.
Right. Muldroth of the Gravetide cost 3 generic, a black, blue, and green. And trust me, there was some synergies in these colors back then.
there still is.
Right. Legendary creature, elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play land cards and cast permanent spells of each permanent type from your graveyard. If a card has multiple permanent types, choose one as you play it. And it's a 6/6. And it says, my child grew from rot and ruin, and yet she bloomed. Mopani. All right. I don't know if this card's really seeing any tournament play anymore.
Just Commander.
You're right. It is a Commander staple and pretty awesome. But this format, when I played with this card, was just really good. I mean, Ravnica, man, was a pretty powerful set because you had the Hydroid Krasis in this deck, the returning counter spells in the deck, which the counter spells don't work on this, like some people thought it would, like where you can cast it at flash, even though this is during your turns. But
there were still some nutty synergies with it though, because you could, if you had enough mana, you could run down your list of all the things, all the card types, and then using your last one, you could like blink it and redo everything. Like there was some stupid stuff you could do.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. I mean, you played with this card, right?
Oh yeah, no, I played in Standard.
Oh yeah, this is a great time. This is one of the funnest times I had on Arena was playing this deck. It actually was insane.
I played Paper, man.
Paper. Oh man. Well, I couldn't play Paper because the game stores were too far away. That might change since we actually got a new game store down the road.
Nice. I have like 6 within 30 minutes of me.
Huh? Well, I don't drive, so 30 minutes is a long.
That's fair. I do have one walking distance up the street from me.
Right. This new one is like actually walking distance, biking distance. I mean, it's literally like a mile and a half down the road. Well, you go up a road, then you make a turn to the right, and you walk up like a couple blocks, and boom, there it is. And it's not a game shop. It looks like they will hold tournaments from the pictures they showed in it. They got the table space, but it's like all legitimately a card shop. They sell baseball cards, Magic Gathering cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They sell
cards, probably.
Cards. Yeah, it's like a card collectible shop, which I find unique because the hat I'm wearing is for the game shop we've been buying most of our stuff with, and they're a gamer shop where they sell Warhammer, they sell D&D stuff, they paint minifigs, they play Commander, they play Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know anybody who plays any Pokemon tournaments in this area though.
I'm a certified Pokemon judge.
Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, nice. Pokemon is like Magic Gathering and Pokemon are my 2 card games I play.
That's nice. You got the energy. Magic the Gathering Pokemon have energy now. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, we technically got the energies when they released the full art Theros Beyond Deathlands. Let's be real.
Right. I love those lands though. Those lands are pretty chill. All right, now let's get some pictures of the day. Boom. Me in the morning. That's literally how I look with my top off in the back. Coffee.
That would be a scary, even if I wasn't a child, that's be a scary thing coming at me.
Right. Right, that'd be scary. And this is me in the morning, chasing after coffee, running away for its life because it knows I'm about to devour it. Yeah, because this right here. I'm trying to get the camera right. This right here is my second cup of coffee in the morning. All right. Then the next picture of the day is for James with freaking Willis because he loves squirrels. Boom.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Where's DJ Longhair?
I said James Willis, not DJ.
Same thing.
Same thing.
DJ Longhair. I'm the one who did DJ's squirrel logo. I know he loves squirrels.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but like this is for James though. James here every morning supporting the show like a champ. Then the next picture. Whoop whoop. Coffee kicked in. I found this on Facebook last night. I had to save it. It's like the cat's shaking its head crazy, and you see like eyeballs everywhere. It's like all that energy. All that energy. Go nuts.
That artist an alien cat.
Right. Brrr. All right. Then the last picture. I don't know who this relates to. Some of you will relate to it. When you need a break from trying to destroy the world.
Yeah, I relate.
I can't wait for season 7 of Stranger Things to come out. I think it's season 7.
It's the final season, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was 5.
I could be. I can't keep up with the season. Well, I should be able to keep up with the season because they're so long apart. Like you know, I wonder how many people actually binge watch the series every time a new season comes out. Because it's been like 2 years.
My co-host.
Right.
There are 4 so far. This will be 5.
All right, 5. Boom. I actually own. You can't see it; it's in the corner, but I own a cool box of season 1 over there. It's like the box looks like an old VHS tape, and everything.
I have the secret layer hung up right here.
Nice secret layer. You know, for being secret, they really showed off too much.
Yeah, I mean they sell out instantly before anybody else has a chance to get them. So yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was.
Hello.
I was going to say I was hitting all the Magic the Gathering Street Fighter cards in Forge.
Right. Well, I saw the latest secret layer they're doing, which I thought was kind of crazy. It's fun, but choice is like lacking.
Which one are you talking about? Because they've revealed a few.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah,
that one. Yeah.
You know, it looks like they went key for flavor on cards. Like, well, let's do this. You know, but that's fine. But like when I was reading the card choices, I'm like, this is kind of lackluster, especially when the Holy Grail show was like one of the biggest IPs of comedy back in the day. I mean, you had that and Spaceballs competing, you know. Yeah. So now I'm afraid they're going to do a Spaceballs secret layer, you're going to get Darth Vader as like Tiny Bones. Well, not Darth Vader, but Darth Helmet.
Darth Helmet has Tiny Bones.
I'm down.
No. Like I'm down.
I'm down. Yeah, fuck it. We ball. Tiny Bones it up.
That's right.
I'm still waiting for Final Fantasy because that's one I'm really interesting my teeth into.
Metamox says this member is awesome. This member is awesome. I think that's the most flavorful card. Like out of all the cards, Bring Out Your Dead and Dismember are the 2 most flavorful out of the set. You know, but like I still like value wise for how much you're asking for the set compared to what you're getting out of it. It's like meh. But if you love the IP, go for it, right? Like tis just a scratch.
Just scratch.
All right. Tis just a scratch. Now, rolling over to the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to us by Discord. Let's get to it.
Presented by Discord. We have the question of the day.
We have a returning AI artist. We have AI Morgan Freud coming in with the question of the day. I hope you got some spicy answers. I have one.
If you could go back in time, what era of Magic the Gathering would you play as a pro?
So if you go back in time, right, to like maybe one of your favorite eras, or maybe an era that you were new in, because I have an answer for this. And you could go in the pro tournament. What would you go and play? Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'll start this one off. If I could go back in time to play a pro tournament, I'd go back to the original Ravnica block, but more specifically the Guild Pact block, because no. time spiral block, right? Because Dredge became a pro tournament deck in time spiral, and I wished I got to play that deck. I never played with Dredge. I've always wanted to play with Dredge, but the cards have always been too out of hand. And the deck's evolved so much to
Play
go.
modern. That deck hasn't changed in years.
Modern. Yeah. And I'd love to try top 8 with that deck too.
Seems fair. Dredge is a nutty strategy that I'm very shocked does work. Oh, you could also play a vintage. Just get a play set of, or just get your power 9 and play some vintage, man. Come on.
Well, before cards were banned or limited in the format, Manaless Dredge and Legacy was insane.
It still sees some like modified play. It's like the Hogak thing. Like they banned some of the other things, but now it's still a thing. It's just not the best, and it's also same thing in modern. Like it's still a thing.
Angry Collections, what's up? So
For me,
go ahead.
For me, this might be my bias from playing the Dreamcast game. That's all in Japanese. I don't read Japanese, but I can just look at what the cards do on like Scary Fall and stuff.
Right.
Six classic 6th edition.
Right. In 2 years, I go back 5 years and play the time again. Hell yeah.
Or if I didn't do 6th edition, I'd just go back to 2021 and redo Strixhaven, my introduction to Magic.
Yes, that'd be interesting to see how it is. Like, when you're introduced, like, what was the power decks back in that time frame?
Yeah.
It's insanity. It's insanity, everybody.
It's madness.
Mm-hmm. So, if there's a time mana Crypt Keeper, you could go back and play. What would you play?
So, for those of you who don't know, I am a absolute sucker when it comes to the most powerful cards in Magic the Gathering. So I would say like 94, 95, because that's when all of the cards are disgustingly powerful, but still the weakest they ever were, which is so funny to me. That like the biggest creatures in the game were like 6 mana 4/4s with trample, but people are flinging Black Lotuses and Force of Wills around.
Right.
Makes me so happy, and I would love to be a part of that. Like, Necropotence was huge at that point too.
Oh, during that time frame was insane. Because Sarah Angel, you remember Sarah Angel?
Yep.
5 mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance. People were trading that for Black Lotuses all day because it was just a powerful creature. And before they came up with the constructed format of having 4 cards of a card in a deck, you were able to have a single card, all the cards you wanted that card in your deck. Like I remember a guy went to pro tournament with what was it? It was a worm, 6 mana 6/6 worm. And the people said it was too busted. It was 6 mana 6/6 trample or something like that.
I can think of the art.
Right, I remember the art. It's a crazy crawl worm like art.
Yeah.
Like and he went to the tournament and lost. Said, "See, it ain't busted because people talking about banning it." But I remember there were. Well, I don't remember personally, but I remember the stories that there were people who went to pro tournaments with nothing but lightning bolts in their deck.
Yep.
Right. And
that's a meme.
Right. And cause I remember the story because the shop owner in Utah at the time was talking about how he built a deck that went against it and won against it. But it was like a powerful deck back in the day where you just bolt everything. Their life total was like nuts.
And then they printed ley lines, and all of a sudden, bolts were irrelevant.
Oh. So, anyways, with that in mind, we hit the pinnacle again.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
Moves, the strategies, and the flares. Superfast tortoise is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.
Whoa. It's so bad that song's so catchy to me that like every time I hear that segment, I want to finish the lyrics.
Yeah, I get stuck in my head too, to be honest.
I mean, AI music has helped out this channel a lot. And if you want to know what I use, it's in the description below.
I'm the one that introduced him.
Yep, that's true. So, the topic of the day. Okay, now we're getting to the topic. And the topic of the day is why should we care about Pro MTG? No, don't worry if we go a little over time. If you have to go, let me know.
I'm all here for it.
But let's get deep into the topic as we can get to, and let's have fun with it. Topics: why should we care about Magic: The Gathering pro tournaments? Basically, because I just read that wrong because I am brain dead. All right. So why should we care about pro Magic: The Gathering, like pro tournaments, the pro circuit? Why should we connect to the pro scene? Are there things that we should care about? How do we feel the pro players affect the game? Also, what are things we wish we could implement, reestablish, or be bettered, or wish? That's repeating itself. But yeah, basically, where do we? What are things about the pro tour? Like, first of all, let's get to the first thing, right? Because if we're going to talk about this, let's talk about why the pro tour is important to Magic: The Gathering. Now, I bet Meta Crypt Keeper has like a really solid idea of what makes it important, but I'm going to cover what I think makes it important first, and I think that
I'll go last.
that I think pro tournaments establish the fundamentals of the game and build a dream that people can follow, like a goal path, right? You know, back in the day, people could actually live a livelihood, not a fancy livelihood, but a decent livelihood playing the pro circuit based on how good they were and how they got into the game and the Hall of Fame and all that jazz. Like, you used to be able to basically make a small living playing the pro circuit. And I think having dreams and aspirations to be in that bracket was and still is important to this day. And having heroes in the game, like people you look up to, really make the game more real for people who are vested in the game a lot. But anyways, that's just me.
I don't mean to interrupt your question with a question. Who's your favorite pro? Who's your top three? I'm curious.
Well, I don't have a top three. I used to have a couple, but my favorite one I like to follow Vargas.
LSV.
And that's only because I have a friend who actually met him, played with him, had like a pseudo relationship with him in the pro circuit.
Fair enough.
And plus, Luis Scott Vargas has like a very humbling personality for the most of it. Except right, but then you watch him draft, and he's a freaking absolute beast.
Yeah.
Like one thing I like watching, like whenever I get to watch LSV draft, it is so amazing that he'd be like, okay, I see these cards, right? And he's like, out of all these cards, I see these two cards that are good. But I'm gonna pick this card because I know there's a chance there's this card in the cube or the set that this goes against, and this is a winner card. I'm gonna pick this card because it's the best option. And man, this dude's like spot on all the time. He knows his sets. He knows his cubes. It's insane.
I'm gonna say that I like watching him do limited resources for my draft, just learning about draft and stuff.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's still on limited resources because sometimes they have other people if he's too busy.
Right.
But that's a good podcast to watch besides ours if you like drafting.
And BDD was pretty good to follow too for a while too. I liked him in his Bant deck in the pro tournament. Yes. And man, he really deserved that win. It was a full good tournament. That was during I can't remember the Innistrad block name, but it's the one with Tameo not Collector of Tales, but the Bant Tameo. Oh. That was a good tournament too to follow too.
Shadows over, right?
Yeah. What?
Was that Shadows over Innistrad?
Yeah, Shadows over Innistrad. Yeah, because that's one where Emrakul came to the plane.
Yeah, that'd be the less good one.
Yeah, but still wrecked formats.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm reading your comments. I still have some of the pro player cards. I made it a goal to collect some of them. I still have a few. I don't remember who. They're in a box in here somewhere.
I want to click the card of Richard Garfield.
Oh, dude, I have a playset of them.
Oh,
good luck.
I have the Magic 30 the Magic 30 ones that they gave out as promos.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Richard Garfield PhD is like probably the most expensive uncard in the set. That's not a land.
Oh,
yeah, probably. Even it's like the foil one is the expensive one. The non-foil is like think like $15 maybe. I don't
Right.
remember.
That's $15 is still good, especially for an uncard. But like I used to have a couple copies of them, and I ended up selling them a long time ago. Because I'm like I should have kept the card for nostalgia because I had Richard Garfield on it.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it saddens me, but there's a lot of new players in the game and stuff, like people who are in this newer generation who don't even know who Richard Garfield is.
I mean, to be fair, all he did was, see, I hate to be on this bandwagon, but Magic has evolved so much past Richard Garfield that I'm not even offended by that. Like, yeah, he established the IP and he created it, and there's absolutely like, it's I don't know, I can't find it. Like, I'll take my vape for example. Like, yes, there's a lot of people who use this. It brings a lot of people joy. Couldn't tell you who made it, but that doesn't mean that they're not like respected in their own right, kind of thing. Same with Richard Garfield. I think that he himself has moved so far past MTG that I think that at this point he would rather be known for his other IPs, like Keyforge is a bad example, but Keyforge and the King of Tokyo. I forget what that is. He's just done so much stuff that
he worked on Roguebook too, the video game.
Right, he's done a lot. Like that robot game he did. That was an interesting game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Like he got so involved with game design because Richard Garfield loves game design so much. He loves getting involved in the process. Right, he's just banger at it. Even though Keyforge is like one of the weirdest games. A friend of mine bought me 2 Keyforge decks, and I'm like and I was playing it. I'm like, this gem system is just not for me.
But nowadays, if I had to put a face to Magic Gathering as a person, I'd probably pick Mark Rosewater as one of the faces.
I'd say like Mark Rosewater, Gavin Verhey. I can't really think of any others.
Oh yeah. No, I don't blame you. Gavin Verhey, like when they were looking for a new president for WotC, I was thinking me and a friend were thinking Gavin Verhey would have been a good step up.
He would have been
for it,
I don't think he would have wanted to, but I think he would have been good.
Yeah, he would have been good. He already has a face, a presence. And look, I'm not disappointed who they got now. I mean, they got some guy who works on Warhammer, right? Not Warhammer, but Warcraft.
Let's just keep naming games. It'll come out eventually.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? But see, the reason why I think Gavin Verhey would have been good is because he comes from a pro tournament perspective. Now, that would have been pinnacle. I've used the word pinnacle a lot in this stream today just because I have no clue why I did. But anyways, it would have been pinnacle because that would have shown you the true dream of someone who started their life in Pro Tour, became part of the company, and became president. That is a dream come true, follow trail goal that people can follow, But like he's so well invested with the design team, he's so well invested with what they want to do. But the only reason why I think Gavin Verhey was not elected or even thrown up to consideration, if he wasn't, was it seems like every president they get now for WotC, they want to get someone with qualities they want to absorb into the company that would help the company in different ways than what they already have in the company, and that's why I don't think he was put on the pedestal for that.
That makes sense. I guess I'll kind of refocus us back on topic here for pro play.
Yeah.
Let me take my deep breath here. I'm so mad at WotC.
Good.
I had dreams of being a pro. So for those of you who don't know, I'm very young. I'm only 22. I've been playing Magic since I was 11 years old, and I had always dreamed of playing pro, but I was a kid. I didn't have the money. When I finally got a job, all of that money got dumped into Magic and everything like that. But I didn't, I was so focused on a standard because I didn't understand any other formats. And then that's what they were playing at the Pro Tours. I was really good at drafting. I still am. But they were playing like Modern and Legacy and things at that point that I just didn't know about and I didn't understand. Right. So I finally had an opportunity to go to a Grand Prix. I was newly married and my wife really wanted to go to Seattle. And I was like, oh my God, Pro Tour is going on at the same time. So I was like, okay, so we're going to go here, but we're going to take a week there. And these 2 days are for me. And so when I got to go to my first GP, and that just reinvigorated that dream for me, because at that point I wasn't super into it. Like I said, newly married, kid on the way. And then that's when they announced, oh yeah, hey, we're done supporting Pro Tour.
right.
pro Magic as a whole, and that is incredibly frustrating because it felt like they killed off a portion of the community at that point. And we all know that WotC is notorious for putting too much into Commander at this point, to the point that it's kind of egregious, and it's killing off a lot of us other players who don't just play Commander. Commander's actually one of my least favorite formats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that it's so crucial to the community because it establishes that other section of the community. Because if we just stick to Commander, yeah, there's going to be a ton of players, but you're losing out on so much possibility of us who want to take it seriously and actually do something with this.
Right.
And so establishing those connections establishes a positive meta. It establishes a hive mind like effect, because when it comes to Commander, yeah, there's infinite brewing possibilities and nothing is quote unquote like better than the others.
Right.
But there comes a special hive mind, quote unquote, when it comes to competitive brewing, because there's so much more to it.
Oh yeah.
And it's very collaborative. So yeah, and it's so healthy for the community to get that going. And sorry, go ahead. I'll let you respond before I keep going.
Oh, okay. So like even in Commander, competitive brewing is different. And with the support of 1v1 Commander coming out, because there's like we did the other day, we did a thing why we should support 1v1 Commander.
Cool Commander,
It's gonna be more competitive, and that's gonna change and invigorate things too. You know, and if they incorporate that, and I know you're not a big fan of Commander, but if they incorporate that into the Pro Tour, people are gonna have the same thoughts and feelings you do, just about Commander.
No, and I'm totally fine with that. I think that like if I do play a lot of 1v1 Commander, and I think part of my reason that I don't necessarily enjoy Commander might just be because I'm like, I like I said, I love powerful cards, and I tend to play things that my play group is not necessarily okay with. I'm the one flinging out, blue-white control, counterspell, tribal with stacks pieces.
Right.
And my group does not like that, which is completely appropriate.
You like playing high power level, in other words.
Well,
high power / CDH, yeah.
We have a friend, Richie Dubs, who likes Commander, but who came in from a Pro Tour perspective because he played in the circuit more. Like, I don't know if he played pro tournaments, but he played very competitively, like non-Commander. And when he built his first Commander deck, he built it competitively, not because he was a competitive player and he wanted to be competitive, but that's how he knew how to build decks. So he built this landfall deck that it's not technically landfall, but it's landfall deck basically. And it just wrecks day. It's the Grid Tog monster he built around, and it's a pretty solid deck. There's a mentality, like some mentalities shouldn't mix very well unless the two things are supposed to be together, like competitive nature and Commander are two things that shouldn't mix, but 1v1 Commander, they should mix, because
I'm totally down for that.
Because like the pro tournament shows you how high you can go for, right? And that's what I think the best thing about pro tournament is it shows you, like, even if you're like a noobish player, but you like say we're back in 2005 and you're me and you have this Simic Momer Vig deck that you just love playing, but you go to the pro tournament and the pro tournament deck is like a dredge kind of deck, not as dredge back in the day, but then there's tokens and board wipes. You see what other people are playing, which I think the internet offers, let's just say, too much of nowadays, because it's hard to find a focus on the internet. Like a deck building, like you come with a deck idea and it's really good pro tour, you got a good deck, and this is why net decking is actually essential for pro tournaments, where people complain about it for like more casual formats, but like net deck is important because you got to be able to see what you're going against or what you're building. And nowadays you get a lot of people building jank decks for the fun of it, to see how well it does, and they're higher powered decks for tournament, but there's just too much out there now. And I think watching the Pro Tour shows you what people are seeing playing and what are the strongest decks, and I think that puts a succinct focus, short to the point. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I agree. I agree. I don't really have anything else that I can add on to that specifically. But
one thing I wish the online did, because like I know Pokemon Online does this, with at least the TCG anyway. Is they give you the winner's deck for free. Like
Right.
the championship. I know that the Pokemon client gives you the winner's deck
No.
for free.
One thing I wish they would bring back is the championship deck they used to make, the gold border
Yeah.
card. You know,
Yeah.
like they're like, this is a pro deck. Here's a
Championship
non-legal
series.
tournament. Yeah. Here's a non-legal legal version of the deck. Play it, learn it, and it'll help you up. Those decks were really strong and really good to teach people how to be more competitive because they
also, for the record, those gold border cards are illegal in pre-modern. In case you didn't know that.
No, I did not know that.
The only set that those are legal.
Huh?
Or format.
Cane Checker says, I think that WotC is trying to reestablish a healthy view of standard with sets like Bloomburrow and Foundations coming out. Soon they may breathe new interest in pro playing viewing. Well, I don't know how Foundations will do that very much.
I'm pissed about it.
No, you can be pissed about it. I think Foundations is confusing, but a good idea.
I think that they're trying to add too much into standard at this point. I feel I mean, so to me, Foundations kind of seems like a money grab. It doesn't really seem like it's for the health of the game as a whole, because the fact that they're putting this out and not as a set, and it's just like, hey, here's all of these random good cards. It's like, I mean, we've seen like Omniscience and stuff. We know that that's going to get broken. We know, and so I think Foundations. The point of standard in my eyes is to build around what's coming out. And so when we throw a set in like Foundations, it's like, all right, let's find the key cards in here. And then we're going to use these new sets to start building around those, because Foundations isn't going to be rotating until like, I think they said like 2029.
Right. So Foundations, the good idea is it's supposed to be like the core set. Where does standard start? Foundations. Where does standard end? That's the confusing part. It's supposed to last 5 years in a 3-year rotating standard, which makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's just adding too much supplement into a format that doesn't really need it. I think that what kind of killed standard was COVID.
Yeah.
So when that happened, and now it seems like they're trying to reinvigorate it, when I think what they need to be doing is start focusing on other formats. Like Pauper. Sure. We need more Pauper. We need more modern. I can't say we need more modern when we have 2 modern legal
I agree with
only
the Pauper
sets this
stuff,
year.
That's like my second favorite format.
I love Pauper.
I love it too.
Woo! Savannah Lions. Savannah Lions. It's like 2 a.m. where he's at. Hello, Savannah Lions. Thank you for staying here and checking us out. Whoop whoop. So awesome. See, some people love the Holy Grail thing. Yo. But anyways, no, you're right. They need to put a focus on other formats. I think one thing WotC needs to do for the pro tournament, why we should care about it, is like they need a ranking system, right?
Yeah.
Simple ranking system. Rank here. Then like for like pro tour, they need to rank the system. Who's the best at Pauper, right? Whoever the best at Pauper goes to the next thing. What's the next thing? The next thing is like, say, modern. So who's the best at modern? Modern goes up here. Let's go to the best at standard. However they want to actually organize these things. I'm just shooting out things. And take the best of that group and bring that up and have someone follow a trail with all these decks. I know it sounds confusing. And I'm not saying turn-based decks. I'm like, have each tournament have like a ladder of what people playing to go into, because like my favorite thing about pro tournament, this might seem silly, is watching people draft.
I love drafting.
Right? Drafting, like I love it when the last format of a tournament is drafting.
Oh, they've reversed it now. Now it's draft and then they go into their normal.
Right. And that's what's ridiculous. Right? Drafting's fun, and yeah, sure. First thing, draft. First thing, good, fine, whatever. Show your skill there. But when it's the last thing, people are tired of beating. They're working off their last limb. They want to win the most. And Wizards kind of stepped away from drafting a little, like took the vision of drafting off a little, only because that one dude, I can't remember his name, the pro player, took a Termagoyf out of his pack because it's the money card, not the winning card.
Yeah.
Piss people off. And I don't know why, because even the dude said, Dude, I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what's so incredibly frustrating is like, dude, I value drafted before.
No.
You know, that my one of the first drafts I ever did had a Urza's Legacy pack that I got. There was one in like 60 people, and I got it. I pulled a
Right.
foil Academy Rector. Was I playing that? No. Did I
No.
take it? Yes. Who cares?
Right, but apparently that was bad image, right? But like that was a reality, and people love seeing the reality, you know.
yeah,
And
people like seeing real world.
I think Watsy likes to show the fantasy idea of the game, like, oh, it's a fun thing, live life the fullest, live your best life here in Magic. But when it comes to, oh, look at the reality of it, they don't want to show how people struggle or show what people do to stay in. I mean, do you remember? Let's go back to Netflix, right? And I can't believe I remember this. Walking the Plains. Okay, so there's a series. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but you can look for it. It's called Walking the Plains, and it's a short-lived series. It got very popular at first and kind of died out because it seemed like they kind of lost ideas. But they were following pro players in their life, and they'd sit down and interview them, talk about them, and all that stuff. It was interesting, right? Well, then the Termagoyf thing happened, and that's when shit hit the fan.
They have Magic the Gathering uploaded it all up on YouTube and Walking
Nice.
the Plains.
There was a YouTube series called Walking the Plains too. I don't know if it's the same one. But
It could be the same one. Who knows?
But like I think why we should care about Pro Tour in a way is it builds up a fantasy, a realistic fantasy. What gives you goals, stretch goals. How did I get there? Where did I be? Now, let's see. Cane Shaker says, I think it was a bad thing because it was new. Now that it isn't a big deal because it's what players do. That's right. What players do. Well, I think one of the hot topic ideas, and I say hot topic ideas, the reason why I think Wizards of the Coast kind of fret about the whole Termagoyf thing was not because of how bad it looked to pull the card, but the necessity to pull the card, right? Like there was a time when your payout for winning Pro Tour and top 8ing paid your way, right? It paid your way. You got your money back for this. You got an excessive amount of money back for that. The prize support's not as the same anymore. In fact, pro players who go to the pro tournaments are sponsored and have to, scratch for the money they get, and have a lot more help to be in the pro tournament. Where people in the older days, they'd scratch up what they can, do the same kind of stuff, but once they won top 8 and then top 3, most of your shit was paid for. Yeah. That's insanity, right? That was a dream. Nowadays, you're not getting all that paid for. In fact, to go into the Hall of Fame doesn't have the same meaning anymore. If you were in the Hall of Fame, you guaranteed invites to the Pro Tours. You're guaranteed all that stuff, right? But the payout's not the same anymore. You get basically eternal sponsorship, whoop, whoop, unless you're caught cheating. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe we're going rabbit trolling too much. But still. But pro tournaments are important because I think they bring flesh and blood into the game. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can interject or have an idea if you want, but like flesh and blood in the game, making the game feel more real to a player is very important. Now, I know Commander is a big kitchen table format. And the one thing that's kind of annoying about Commander, which, we appreciate at the same time, is all the unspoken rules. Like, no one plays land destruction, even though none of the cards, right? No, even though none of the cards for land destruction are banned in Commander, They're there.
They're not good.
Right. Armageddon's not banned in Commander, you know.
It used to be printed in precons.
Right. Right. You know, but
Right.
people don't play land destruction because it's salty. Unspoken rules. People don't destroy lands. People don't play certain cards because they ruin the game. Like one card you don't see too much of in a lot of decks, and I've seen it in a few decks, but in a lot of decks, Consecrated Sphinx because it makes salty.
Love Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, Consecrated Sphinx. Still need to get a copy of it, but still good. It's not terribly expensive anymore.
It used to be.
Yeah, it used to be.
Holy shit.
Right? Like I need a Consecrated Sphinx for one of my decks, but it's one of those cards that's hard to judge because some people are salty about it. You draw 2 cards every time you draw a card, that's just broken. You know what else is salty that people play? Mothering Tithe, right?
Love Mothering Tithe.
Mm-hmm. People play Smothering Tithe, right? The whole point is I can go on a list of cards and try to dig up thoughts of cards, but there's like a salt list that people try not to play very much.
Yeah, it's on EDA Trek.
Mm-hmm. but like nothing in the rules tell you can't play it. And I really mean outside of Rule 0, because Rule 0 is saying, "Hey, I want to try to play banned card. Do you mind if I play this?" Basically, because you know there's no real segmented rules in the ban list, right? The ban list is a suggestion. It's not, you know, in pro tournament, right? Other than the ban list that might be there, there's no unspoken rules, right? If you go to a pro tournament, you're running land destruction and it kicks butt, people are going to appreciate the deck. People are going to see the true power level. People are not going to be as salty about it. Like you might win someone and they be salty about it, but no one's going to be salty about you running a deck that's highly competitive because that's the point.
Dude, Wasteland is a legacy staple. Like, it's just a thing.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, I completely agree with you. And I think that, I don't know. I think that I'm gonna formulate my thought. You go ahead.
All right. No, you're good. I was reading the comment. But yeah, like pro tournament shows you the best, and it's supposed to show you the best. You know, when it comes to pro tournament, I'd be the derp who'd go to the pro tournament with an all land deck just to troll people, but I wouldn't get anywhere, right? Right, but I'd do it just to troll people, just for fun. But like I wouldn't do it the first 2 times I went there. I do it like when I'm like more seasoned. And I just want to troll people with an all land deck, make them think I'm playing counterspell deck, but I'm not doing anything. I've done that before.
Just all islands. Yep.
Right. I've done that in F&M before. I had the funniest win. So I had someone flip the table basically, even though they won the game. Right. But like when you go to the pro tournament, most people who go to the pro tournament are not bringing decks that they think are just fun and janky. No, people are bringing something they either worked hard on, something they net deck.
Out meta, yeah.
Yeah. They have a goal to win, and they want to go for that win. You know, that is the point. That is the point.
I think you're not quite answering the question. Why should we care about that then? Why is it important for us as a community to support things like the Pro Tour? Yeah, it showcases the best of the best. Yeah, there's certain people who, I mean, I just pulled up the prize support from last year's Pro Tour, the one that they didn't do in America. I don't remember. And first place got $50K. You know, I think that's a livable wage. I mean, if you can pull $50K 4 times a year, that's $200,000. I don't know anyone who can't live off that kind of thing. So why should we care as a community in supporting these guys?
Whoa, okay. So I think one of the things, and maybe I'm going off Dreamland here, and that 50K thing is the first time I've ever heard of that. So they must have switched something around it. Was it just actually money, or was that prize support like product and stuff?
No, this is actual like cash, hard cash. And that's pretty common. I think that the championships, I'm going to have to look into it, but I'll let you get your thoughts out while I look into that.
All right. So anyways, no, I'm actually surprised because I haven't seen that number in a Pro Tour.
That's straight from WotC's website.
Hell yeah. That's pretty cool. So something must have changed there. But why should we care? because, like I said, I think it brings flesh and blood in the game. That right there, that living wage thing right there. Now, if that's from Watts' website and they continue that support, because you know they dropped
world championship. Sorry,
you're good. You remember they dropped the Pro Tour idea when COVID hit, and they were refining right. Well, remember they also were struggling with it when they had Channel Fireball running it, right?
Right.
But like, I think as a diehard player, and I'm not as diehard as some people, even though I feel like it sometimes. But like, there are people who actually invest money. Like, think of, and I think we should go in the direction of, say, the NFL, right? Probably not as hard as hardcore as NFL, where you have an arena in your state, like it's a place in your state, you should be taxed to support it. But I think with the community support, not only buying the products but pitching in to helping it out, right, make it growth. I think why we should care is because we're supporting not only the people, not people we love, because we do always love all the pro players, but the game we love. But it shows it brings the reality that it is something livable. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
like I'm going crazy here because my brain's trying to split off
I'm
wires.
Following.
My brain's trying to split wires, but like for a fact, say you, not a crypt, want to go to the Pro Tour, right? Say, other than having to scratch the chicken feed, and I say chicken feed because it's always little increments from YouTube. Like you want to scratch and get your followers and your people who support your channel to pay your way.
Yourself.
Yeah, establish yourself in the community, right? But say this is in the direction of where we should go, or where I think why it's important. It's like, say you go to the tournament and there's funding in the tournament to help you out. There's I know they used to do this. If they don't do it anymore, or I think they do it sometimes, where Wizards will actually certain people will help pay their way to get in the Pro Tour, especially if you establish yourself. Get into the Pro Tour, play it because I know one thing they do with Wizards of the Coast is if you're a good player and stuff, they'll send you an invite. And when Wizards of the Coast sends you an invite, everything about your tournament is free except for your hotel stay and your travel expenses, right? Now, at least that's what it used to be, and I think it's still like that. If Wizards sends you an invite, but if we had people backing up the tournament, like as a community across the world, and one thing I think we should do, like they've been doing with Las Vegas, and then you said Seattle, like they've been actually having places for people to remember to go. So if they want to go to, then they can plan that out more for tournaments, and I think they should do that more often. Is actually have this caring community, build the community, play like the NFL, have our care team rosters, and give people livable wages. Right? Like you said, if one was 50K, what if, then why I think we should care about it, and probably if someone could take it, is like, what if not only the pro circuit was exist in a better level, but what if we could take it and say Mana Crypt Keeper here became pro player, he got a living wage for playing pro.
Yeah.
Well, I think today it's easier than ever.
It could be.
I mean, no, I'm very involved, like quote unquote involved. I watch everything Pro Tour. I watch Andrea Mangucci stream every single night. I watch all of his videos. I watch Reed Duke. I watch Simon Nielsen. I watch LSV. Like, I'm so heavily involved in that. And these are people who make their livings just by doing this. And the reason I say it's easier now than ever is because these are established people. I mean, Andrea Mangucci's been playing for 20 years and people know who he is. So when he posts things on YouTube and Twitch, I mean, WotC themselves isn't supporting it, but I think that it's easier to support yourself as a pro player now more than ever because of that. Because you don't have to win. Andrea Mangucci hasn't done well in any pro tour in the last 4 years, but he's still a pro, and this is his full-time job.
Right. Jim Davis done the same thing. if I remember. It was Jim Davis,
Yeah,
right?
Jim Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Davis did the same thing. I watched him establish himself. Like, yeah, I see how it is social media wise, what you're talking about, like YouTube and Twitch and everything. People have established themselves and made a career out of it because they've got a following. But, like, which is good, right? But, like, what if, imagine this, right? And this is probably because I'm kind of hyped up for football, but what if, because you know how they do teams, right? In a pro tour, they have teams of people who go off and play, and they get the collective winnings and they split that against each other.
Yeah.
What if there were actual teams like football where you actually got players drafted to teams?
Well,
I just don't see how that would work in the long run. I mean, because at that point, I mean, so I grew up wrestling. That's the one sport I did a lot, and so there is that where it's like individual winning, but your score contributes to the team. I think that like, and I never liked that. I think that it should be like a one-on-one thing, you know. And I do like the structure of Magic in that aspect where it's you are defined by your play style rather than your team.
No,
You
I
know,
get what
like
you're saying there. Yeah.
because I mean, so I'm not a football guy, but I know Denver Broncos. Could I tell you a person on their team? No. And I feel like we would start working into that weird territory where it's like, all right, these guys are for Channel Fireball, these guys are Card Kingdom, these guys are TCG Player, but they're not themselves. And I think that that would honestly make, like, if anything would kill, in my opinion, the pro scene, it would be that. Because then we stop caring about the people individually. Reed Duke, favorite pro of all time.
Reed Duke's really good, yeah.
Oh, I love Reed Duke.
He has a great personality too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've met him. Yeah, absolute sweetheart. I lost my train of thought a little bit.
Right.
But I feel like if we take out those personalities and we start just involving them in quote unquote like teams outside of, like you said, the individual, like, you know, event, I feel like we would just stop caring about them as a whole. And then all of a sudden the Hall of Fame means nothing. You know, I don't care how this person did because his team still won, therefore he still won, kind of thing.
Right. No, I see where you're going there, and I don't think you're wrong by any means. I think the game's evolving, and I think that's a possible future that we have because there are teams like can't remember the name of the team but the team got in trouble because of a cheater problem.
Right.
But remember the logo of the team's like a yellow background and a red sun with rays. They're from another country. I can't remember what the name. But like there are people going individually as their own team. Like when you go into tournament, you know, this is Reed Duke, whatever.
Yeah, like Channel Fireball team is still a thing. They're just not scored that way.
Right. No, I understand that, but I think it'd be interesting to see how it works out if we did drafting teams. Like what like because like even people in teams go against each other. You know that, right? Like so the team thing is just a team thing. There's like sponsored by one thing, but like, can you imagine Reed Duke and LSV on the same team and they're competing on the same team to see who's the best?
I don't want to because that doesn't sound.
I find it exciting.
Everyone has different opinions, but
I just want to see the pros that I like demolish everybody else, and that's it.
Well, that's kind of we all do that. But I guess the main thing I'm looking at is like turning Pro Tour from just a bad thing into more of a federation that's supported. You know, what like? Can you imagine? You've got it if you watch Roku or regular TV somehow or cable, right?
Fuck that.
Right. Fuck that, right? But like Roku is fine. But like, you know, you saw a commercial supporting the franchise Wizard of the Coast Pro Tournament, right? And, you know, showing up the sponsors and the people that be there.
We've done that though.
They've done it before, like with MTV and ESPN.
Yeah, they did MTV. That caused a riot.
Well, because back then it was so brand new they didn't know how to handle it. Today, they're more professional about it. But like, what if they because they can today they can hype it up, they can do everything they can. There's so much they can do. I mean, come on, I feel like Watsy's like me sometimes, and by that I mean sometimes I come up with a great idea. Sometimes I come up with a great intro idea, like a great commercial idea or whatever, and I do it, make a video of it, and I don't follow through with it. You know, I think that's what Watsy does sometimes. Because you remember when they made the commercial for Pro Tour, and they're like, if you win Pro Tour, this guy will know your name. This guy will know who you are. This person will know who you are. And it ended up with like not Vanilla Ice, but Iced Tea or something. No, not Iced Tea. Been like, this guy will know who you are. You know, they did that commercial, and and they kind of just dropped it. Like, what happened? You know, but like I think. Here's the honest truth about it, and it's mixed with Dreamville here. Is Wizards of the Coast is growing so big with Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is just increasingly growing, and not only is Magic the Gathering growing, they've supplemented themselves as an American establishment every kid knows about, like that toy everybody wanted, like in the toy museums. There's a Black Lotus in one of those, right? So I don't think the Black Lotus in there is real compared to like real cards, but like it's growing so much that I think the federation or something like that, and I say federation like the wrestling federation, like that kind of concept is coming together, that it's going to grow. But now the question is, what is the bubble we have to pop? Because this thing is going to go with or without us. They're going to need our support, but the support's going to grow as long as more people are into it. Especially since they're wanting to cover it. I don't know how successful 1v1 Commander will be, because I saw
an article. They actually sanction it well.
Right. 1v1 Commander is actually going to be sanctioned and supported by Wizards of the Coast, which I have no clue what that means because I lost the friggin' article that I had for it. And but like they want to support it, prize support it, and I think they want to start putting it into pro tournaments. 1v1 Commander. Then some of the stuff I read in this article was like, here's the facts, here's some of the dreams, here's the ideas we have. You know, it was like, this is cool. Wizards wants to support it. Now I know you're not Commander worthy, not a major Commander player, but Commander is the one thing ruling the game right now that might push more people into the Pro Tour if they bring it to the Pro Tour, more butts and seats saying, here's your favorite format. Let's see what the best deck is. Because, you know, if anybody loves Commander, Commander players love Commander, right? And they want to see the best decks. Because, you know, land destruction, like I said, there's no rules against land destruction in Commander. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I blew up on my friend's lands as I was destroying him that turn with Johnny Vengeance. I told him I wasn't going to do it, but he told me to do it, so I did it.
So sorry. On a side note, because I kind of tried to track down some of your thing that you were talking about. Have you actually? You know that there's an individual ban list, right? Like I've known that. Did you know that there is a ban list for Dual Commander? That is only Dual Commander, not actually. Right.
1v1 Commander has its own dual ban list, yeah.
So as I'm looking through this, I don't support it at all anymore. Because I'm like, so, Nadu is banned as a, so you can't run him as your commander. Edgar Markov is banned. You can't run him as your commander. Old Stick Fingers, Omnath, Urza. Like, okay, so why are we making a competitive format, but we're banning the only competitive commanders? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Like, I don't know if it's on that ban list, but I know 1v1 Commander at a shop nearby, Soul Ring is banned from Commander.
What?
Yep.
Why? Let's just ban Island. Fuck it.
Ban Island. Ban the island, right?
They're banning Ancient Tomb. Why?
Right.
Cavern of Souls.
I don't
support this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I don't understand all the thoughts and logics of things. See, I have a friend. what you call it? My friend, I can't say his name. I remember his name, but I can't say his name. But he's heavy into 1v1 competitive commander, and the salt score in that format is insane. So yeah, as much as I hate bannings, and especially in a format like that, because I don't think that format should have bannings.
No, let's just play all the cards.
Right. There's usually a reason behind it. Like one card I'm surprised that's still not banned is Tegrid. You know, like I played against that deck, and dude, that salt score got me so salty. And I'm one of the least saltiest player you can play, but that thing got me so salty, I was disgusted. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, I know for a fact there's a separate ban list for it because it's a different format. But like Edgar Markov, I don't know why he's banned, but he shouldn't be banned. I don't know why Nadu banned. I actually didn't hear that banning, and I try to follow the bannings as much as possible.
Whenever that's the Edgar Markov I have on my Brawl deck that I built on Marina.
Yuriko's banned too. That one makes sense. I'm okay with that one. I hate Yuriko.
Yuriko. But
Yuriko.
Yeah.
But like here's the bright thing. This ban list was created before Wizards supporting it, so there might be some tweaking. One thing Wizards said is they don't like putting they don't like banning cards, so one of the things they're trying to do, if they ban a card, they'll unban a card. That's one thing they said they're trying to do.
Let's ban Hogak out of Modern.
A modern Hogak, I heard, and I follow this idea. Adu's not going to be banned. Unban Hogak.
Oh God, no! You won't solve anything. Hogak is just going to take over the world again.
Take over the world. It's all right. It's all right.
You know what? If they do that, then we need to unban Oko.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh no!
Not Oko.
I know. You're talking about.
I was just being silly. I said, "Oh no, not Oko."
Make 3 outs, but can you imagine a world where there was no ban list?
I don't want to. Then I think that everything is just kind of. So what would happen is it would trail down. So we'd have the best deck in Vintage, right? And so then what you would do is then just tweak it and make it that same strategy the best deck in Legacy, and then you make it the best deck in Modern, and then the best deck in Pioneer, and then the best deck in Standard, and then the best deck in Bopper. I don't feel like I think that that's kind of other than what cards you can play. I think that that's kind of what makes different formats unique is the ban list itself, because we get things like. I mean, there's cards that are banned in Legacy that are legal in Modern that don't do a damn thing. And same, vice versa. There's cards banned in Modern that are legal in Legacy that don't do a thing.
Right.
So I think that it just kind of adds a lot. And I feel like if we just take away the ban list, then we're just going to have with the same deck over and over and over again, spread across every single format. Now, I do, however, support you taking away the commander ban list. I don't think there's any reason for us to have a commander ban list. Outside of there's a few cards that I think that just integrally are just not good for the game, right? For commander. So there's that one that's if you control a land or a permanent of every color, one of each color, you win the game. That's things like that don't need to be in there, but
no, I get you. There's 2 cards I'm very supportive of in commander. They can unban now and it won't break the format. One, Emrakul, dude, I so love that. But Emrakul is still kind of busted. But yes, Emrakul should be unbanned. But 2 cards. Recurring Nightmare is not as broken as it used to be. It's too slow for the fast decks out there. And Primeval Titan. It is not as busted as it used to be. The format's too fast for it. So it'll fit in perfectly. It'll still power up some decks. Still do good. 2 cards. They can unban right there. And Emrakul, you said 3. So Emrakul, man. Aeon's Torn. Woo-wee. I have an Eldrazi deck I've been working on. Need to fix that. Need that Emrakul in there. I need the new Emrakul. All the good
curious, because I know I've done this on our podcast. Corey and I have looked through. I think all the Power 9 can be unbanned. No reason that we should have Ancestor Recall, Black Lotus, any of the Moxen banned. They're just going to be played in everything. But then who cares? Golos, Hull Breacher, unban those right now.
Right.
It's a war crime that those got banned.
War crime. Well, like if like Hull Breacher, I don't know why it's banned. Like not everybody, like it's one card in your deck, but then you're gonna play opposition agent, right? Opposite. If Hull Breacher is banned, opposition agent should be banned, right?
I agree.
That's how I feel about it. And people only ban Hull Breacher because it's blue. It fits in a blue deck. In fact, even Wizards of the Coast one time said in a video that, well, not Wizards of the Coast, someone was telling Wizards of the Coast it should have been a white card, not a blue card. You know, it would have made more sense there.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that kind of tie it back into the topic is that's one thing that's kind of nice about Standard is you don't have an extensive ban list in Standard. Sometimes cards get banned.
Yeah, like Meat Hook Massacre right now
Didn't need to be banned.
Doesn't need to be banned.
No,
I think that if they're gonna ban Fable the Mirror Breaker, they should have banned Wedding Announcement.
Right,
Yeah,
Wedding Announcement is one of the cards in the set right now.
I hate Wedding Announcement.
it's about to rotate though, but thankfully,
It has one of the stupidest names for a Magic card too.
well, considering the theme of the set, story-wise, it makes sense.
No, yeah, it does, but that set should have never existed anyways.
I agree.
I mean, I don't agree. I don't disagree, but
That was just
it makes sense.
that was a
That
waste
was-
of the set.
Dude, that whole like the Innistrad and the
Vow.
March of the Machines.
Yeah.
Those sets should not have existed. Those are the worst sets we've seen out of Magic in the last 10 years.
I
My
like
God.
I like March of the Machines as a set, but I agree with you that it should not have existed.
It
Yeah.
structurally didn't like none of the cards are being played in any format. I feel like they wrapped up the lore. I'm big into the Magic lore, and I feel like it wrapped up a story way too quickly. Like a story that lasted less than a
You're
year. The
You're right.
cards were shit. Like
Well, not all
Honestly-
the cards were shit. I actually used some of the cards from March of the Machine,
do
especially
you play in
the,
Commander though?
Yeah.
Then I don't care.
But no, it's
I play cards from Innistrad in Commander.
Right. But like
Like the
what
shit
I'm
set.
saying, they did wrap up the story too quick. I mean, I think one of the stupidest things they ever did was create a battle. Right?
Yeah.
I think the battles are okay.
They are
They're
okay.
a cool concept, but I just don't think they're executed well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they were a band-aid effect to cover a whole story that they should have really delved into. One of the biggest topics we've had before, not on the show, but on other people's channels, was each battle we've been a planes we've gone to express the war. You know, that would
Dude,
have
we're
been
going back
epic.
to Lorewind next year. Yeah, that would have been such a good idea.
Right. You know,
Yeah,
like, bring back these old
hopefully Lorwyn will be nice.
right?
Oh, it's just gonna be fairy tribal. That's all it's gonna be. There's
No,
we're
I
gonna get, like
don't
probably a
think-
new Una. I'm calling it.
Probably new Una. But I don't think they're going to break fairies. They promised not to break fairies, so let's hope they keep
I mean,
up.
we
I
already
don't
got.
believe
We
a
already
fairy
got tons,
mastermind exists.
I mean, we got tons of fairies through Wildsale Drain.
Well, no. So Mugenful, before
Yeah.
your day, back in the day when Morning Tide was a thing,
Okay.
Wizards made the most broken counterspell ever at the time,
Oh.
and had fairies to support it.
Oh.
And one of the
Oh.
counterspells in the deck was a fairy. Then they had a card that blinked a fairy. Then he had
Oh boy.
Bitter Blossom, which created you fairies.
Dude, I love
Okay.
watching the fall from grace of some of those like staples. So like
Right.
who's the oh Jesus. Something apostle, you reveal the top at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose life equal to CMC.
Oh, that's not Apostle. That's Dark Confident.
Dark Confidant. I have a playset of those that I picked up. I picked up full art normal foils for like $2 a piece.
Right.
And back in the day, those would have ran me like 50. Same with
Right.
like Tarmogoyf, used to be a $400 card. Same with Bitter
Jeez.
Blossom, used to be like a 75 to 80. I got mine for like 15.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I got the one copy of Dark Confident I own, is because it dropped down to $7. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to pick up a $7 Dark Confident. Because its power level's drained out. That's how power creepy Magic's gone. Because like it used to not be so much back in the day as it is today, but back in the day, right? You some of your more powerful spells like 4, 5, 6 mana, expensive, in like modern and stuff. Nowadays, your decks are running 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
It's insane, like how crazy the power level is. It's gotten so
Power creeps a
crazy that
thing.
what's so crazy is one of my strongest commander decks. The highest converted mana cost in that deck that's not a board wipe is 3 mana. Right?
Yeah, they've definitely been cramping up power creep.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
I
power,
support it.
right?
Fuck it, make it faster, dude. Like it. That's
Yeah.
where I'm like, I'm tired of people expressing their opinions of this is too fast, so we need to ban these things. I'm like, no, like ban it within your playgroup, but like don't ban Jeweled Lotus. That's stupid. You're stupid
Right.
for thinking that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Then we need to ban all 1 CMC commanders. You know, Reach the Redeemed. Fucking Rograx 0.
Right.
Like
Richard Dub says, I think prime time should be banned. It only gets better with time via new line mechanics and more landfall style. It's hard to gauge it because it's like back in the day, what busted it was cards like Deadeye Navigator, and Deadeye Navigator wasn't super busted. It was super busted back then, where he's easily taken care of nowadays, and cards that blink him and make him attack. Oh, when he attacks, so I get it. I get what you're saying, but like, I don't think it holds the same boogeyman salt score as it used to.
I can't think of any creatures currently on the ban list that need to be banned except for like 2. There's that one that like target opponent can't cast this color. Like, yeah, that can go. Like, I play monocolored decks. That's not cool.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's fine. That's cool. But thinking about it, but like in the tournament world, Chris, we're going to hold on. My brain's thinking. My brain is thinking, right? In the tournament world, I think one of the best things about tournament, and I hope I answered the questions today well, was I think one of the best things is giving reasons for cards to be banned, right? That's one of the points of the tournament world to showcase the powerful cards. Now, should there be a ban list? Do you think? Like, but like honestly, how do you control that? How do you negate it? Like, there's a lot of powerful cards and situations out there. One of the things Wizards kind of consider it. Well, one thing Wizards considers in banning cards is how much will affect their sales. You know,
Shouldn't be a thing.
Shouldn't
Just
be
like
a thing.
printing cards should be based on the secondary market. They cannot legally do that, and they do it all the time. No one cares. Pisses me off. I want mana crypts and precons.
I was gonna say that one thing they could do with the ban list is do something like Yu-Gi-Oh does. It makes like some cards limited and semi-limited. Like,
well, they can't do that in Commanders.
I mean,
and we do have restricted cards though. That's the thing. Like,
cards that you can only have like 1 or 2 of.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And Nadu,
we have that.
And Nadu for not being banned is still cheap as crazy cheap in for modern. Like, you'd think that card would be worth lots of money, but for something that's not banned, it's $4.
Huh.
That's why I have 2 copies and I keep keeping track of it because I want to see how high it goes, but it's not going anywhere unless they decide to ban it. I think that's what people are waiting for, to see the next tournament, see if it's ban worthy. I just like one of our friends, Captain Waffle, says it just no one was ready for it first turn. So
we all were ready for it. I think he's entirely wrong in that everyone knew the power of Nadu. I think people don't realize that Magic Online exists. Like, and how many pros actually utilize it. So I think that's just a bad opinion in saying that we weren't ready for it. We knew. I wasn't even in the Pro Tour, but I knew that was coming. We saw the list before it even came out. Everyone knew, and there's not a good counter for it. There's just not.
Right. Well, see, to be honest with you, like people like me, I didn't realize how busted it was until I realized the trigger for twice turn was for each creature. Yep.
And they're not going to errata it, nor should they.
No, they shouldn't.
Nope.
Like when I first read it, I thought it only goes off twice each turn. I thought it was total, but when I realized it was for each creature, I'm like, dude, that's a go wide strategy like crazy.
Oh no, absolutely, especially with Springheart and Tuco with landfall make a 1/1.
Right.
I'm kind of shocked that this didn't see or that this didn't start sparking what's it called, landfall. If you have 6 or more lands, create a copy of this instead.
Right.
Skewed Swarm. I'm shocked that Skewed Swarm didn't start seeing play because of Nadu.
All right.
I think that Nadu would obliterate that.
Mm-hmm. And now, right here,
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building the following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
We made it. And this video has been extended because James Willis is awesome. He always wants longer episodes of the morning coffee show.
Yeah.
But also we had some great conversation here too, but we got to wrap things up for the time I pay for is precious.
Lame.
Lame. But anyways, well, it's because I got to keep track of how much time I use in a month. Yeah, but I love when we get to go over. I get the chance to go over on shows, and we went over about half an hour. That is amazing.
Yeah.
This is normal, dude. Our podcasts are an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm used to this.
Right.
I can keep going.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll watch some of your podcasts when I can, and I watch you guys and watch how you get things.
You have
got
a link to Manacrypt, Tortoise. You have a link.
Oh yeah, because we're getting up to hold on a second. Boom.
He's just wondering because I could use it.
We're bigger on TikTok than we are anywhere else, which is so funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Here we go. I had to type in the word channel to find your channel, find your link. Because you know how many videos of Manacrypt there are?
Yeah, no. We realized after the fact that was not the best choice of names. We almost named our channel the Dredge Dudes, and there doesn't come a day that we don't regret not picking the Dredge Dudes over the Manacrypt.
No, trust me. I think the Dredge Dudes could have gone into wartime talks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that doesn't tie us down just to MTG then, huh?
Right. Well, it doesn't. It technically doesn't. So your link to your channel is in the chat. And
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, you're welcome on anytime.
Yeah, always when you ever want to be on. And we're going live. We're on a topic that you want to cover. Yeah, but like you saw today, how I post a topic in the. I post a descriptor in the.
No, I know, and I see that, but I've got some stuff going on this afternoon, and I was trying to plan my day around, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to text SFT, and if he has a topic that I like, then I'm going to work around that. So I just texted you early so I could get my day planned out. That was all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, this is where I blow you up, and you get to talk about your channel and tell people to sub.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. Go sub to the Manacrypt. My buddy and I have been doing this for just over a year now. We're pretty new into this still. We finally have a team behind us. We went from just the 2 of us doing everything to now there's currently 9 of us. We're starting daily content as of this week. Started on Sunday. I play MTGO pretty frequently now. Monday through Friday. Saturday is team, whatever the fuck they want to put on, they put on. And then Sunday is the podcast. So go like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Spotify. I think that's all I got.
All right. Nice. All right, Big and Full. Anything you want to show?
Yeah, I'll show my channel.
Show your channel.
I'm going to show my channel. Today, I mostly play Magic Gathering. Forge, I might play some Arena down the road, but I'm going to wait up till I get a new standard deck built.
All right.
And that's it.
All right, sounds good. Well, so this is Super Fast Tortoise. I want to thank you for enjoying the show and being with us. But today I plan on going live with a 1,000 subscriber giveaway deck update live today. That's my plan. That's my goal. So let's get it going on. If you're new to the channel, enjoyed today's episode, want to see more episodes like this in the future, or just see more episodes, daily content every morning we try to do the show, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Manacrypt, for being on and being amazing today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Meaningful, thank you for being here today.
Yep.
All right, you guys out there in the Magic of the Gathering world, have a wonderful day, and see you later for those who are going to catch me live in like an hour.
I totally want to thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, 100%. Like this video as if it's your favorite kind of pizza, dude. And if you wouldn't mind, consider smashing that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Every one of these things you do helps the channel out a lot.
Got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here.